Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, so, I am concerned about this Justice League story thing. So what's going on with that, Chris?
Well, apparently DC and Warner Brothers, I'm assuming Warner Brothers too, they're going to wait to see how Justice League performs before they decide to fully confirm Flashpoint, which is kind of an interesting story. And I actually think that's a pretty good move on their part.
Yeah, it
because, excuse me, I think they're finally starting to see that they need to wait before they announce all these things.
Yeah.
You know, it's different with Marvel. Marvel is guilty of it too at times, where they announce too many things at once. I think a lot of production companies are, unfortunately, in that.
Marvel has got some surefire hits on their hands, so people expect it. Or Marvel or DC, they have one good movie so far?
Yeah, I mean,
or
basically.
So we know Aquaman's coming out. Justice League's coming out. Aquaman's coming out. Wonder Woman 2, right?
Yeah.
What's definitely confirmed?
I think those Aquaman, Wonder Woman 2, Shazam, definitely.
Black Adam?
See, a lot of people are saying that that's confirmed just because The Rock is allegedly going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that that's definitely confirmed, because that could easily change. Do I think The Rock is going to play Black Adam? Yes, but I'm still in this. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I am still very doubtful that movie's going to come out. Surely because I don't think anybody cares about that character enough for people to be like, yeah, I'll go see that. I think they're literally banking on The Rock to be. I think that's what they're banking is like, people see The Rock and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll go see that.
The villain of Shazam, Captain.
But why would the villain of Shazam get a damn movie?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm willing to say that if anybody else but The Rock was playing that part, I don't think it would get a movie.
No.
I think it's literally getting a movie just because The Rock is playing the part.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
And that's pretty bad.
That is bad. But you know what? For some reason, he's striking gold with everything. Now he's totally a permanent fixture in the Fast and the Furious franchise, and most of the cast don't like it, by the way. They're not happy about it.
I don't think that's on the rest of the cast.
I don't think that's fake at all. I think there's a semblance of truth in that. I think there's a semblance of truth in that they don't like it. Because it's just like, it was never about him. He was a side character.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know what? Everybody books him up for the next 4 years, The Rock. G.I. Joe gave up because, you know what, let's just reboot it because we can't wait for him. You know?
I still don't see him as Doc Savage.
I don't know.
Because he's linked to playing Doc Savage. I see either the guy who plays Thor or his brother more is playing.
And now the guy that did War for the Planet of the Apes, his movie's a success, so he's got even a better chance, right? With the Batman movie, or no?
I don't think that it was ever in doubt that he was going to do it.
Right. And now, is that definitely going to happen too, or not really?
What, the Batman film?
Yeah.
It's going to happen in some form, yeah.
Is that green lit or not?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Okay.
Since it's separate from these other DC movies.
See, Marvel, they'll just be like, this is phase 4. Pop. 15 movies in that. It's like,
well, the thing is, though, this is the thing, though. With that Batman movie, they're still up in the air about whether it's going to be Ben Affleck's Batman or not.
Oh, shit.
Like, they're like, it might be him, but a younger version, so we'll cast somebody else. It might be a completely... I know that recently I heard that one of the higher-ups, excuse me, one of the higher-ups said, it's all in the DCEU. But this is conflicting with the other reports that we're hearing that, like, they're saying, no, it's really not. Same thing with this Joker movie.
That's confirmed, right?
Yeah. So I honestly, this is my thing with DC. And I really think this is what's causing their movies not to necessarily be as good as they should be, or could be, I should say. I think there's a lack of, like, communication and direction behind the scenes. I think you've got a bunch of people who think they're in charge of what's going on, who are putting their hands in this stuff and saying, well, we could do this, well, we could do this, well, we could do this. And then it's like nobody is there going, stop.
Right.
We're doing it this way.
They need somebody like, is it Kevin Feige?
Yeah, they need somebody.
They need a movie cinematic universe showrunner. Basically. Like that.
Yeah. They need
somebody.
They need a head.
Yeah.
So
in other words, DC will be like, yeah, we want you here. We're going to give you a contract. You're going to do the Joker movie. We're going to give you a contract. You're going to do Sirens. And then they yell at like, oh, this is coming out.
Excuse me. Well, that's, again, we're not in the production room, so we don't know for sure. I'm just sharing what I think. Like, the way it seems to me, that's what's going on. Because I feel like if you had one person who was in charge of this stuff and did the interviews for people and made sure that anybody else who was giving an interview stood within the lines of what's actually happening, I don't think you'd have this many confusing and conflicting stories about what's going on with the DCEU.
DC should be standing for damn chaos, because that's basically what's happening right now.
It is chaos.
That's what's damn friggin' chaos right now.
Because I'm telling you, that one day someone will give an interview, and then 2 weeks later, somebody will give an interview that almost completely contradicts what that other person said.
Yeah. And then 30 weeks later.
Well, look what they said. They said we're going to have a Harley Quinn the movie. Then we're going to have Gotham Sirens. Then we're going to have Harley Quinn and the Joker. Then we're going to have Suicide Squad 2 and not that. Like, you don't know what the hell is happening. Your head is spinning.
This is just like what happened with Marvel and Sony with these, Spider-Man spin-off
films. And we still don't know what's going to happen with that either.
Because I just saw a report a couple of days ago that said that somebody from Disney or from Marvel was like, no, they're not connected to this. But then somebody from Sony was like, yeah, it's what Pascal said. They are connected. They're just not going to be referenced.
It's really not.
But it is. That's the thing. They're running under the impression that it is. And it's like, somebody's got to clear this shit up, because
I think right now
you've got these online, sites that are reporting this stuff. And they're having a field day with this stuff because they're like, oh, we can keep people confused, and they'll keep clicking our stuff.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to, when the movie bombs, they'll be like, oh, no, there wasn't part of that. What's up? That's what they're going to do.
Right.
Yeah, they're
Marvel's going to be like, no, Venom wasn't part of that. No, we never, that she said it. We just didn't want, we felt bad. So we didn't say anything. That's what's going to, they don't want to ruin the deal. They don't want to ruin the Spider-Man deal. That's the whole point.
Here's the thing, though. If Venom does well, watch how fast they say it is connected.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's what
It's not.
Listen, I'm not convinced that it's not going to do well. Not
you
yet.
really think it's going to do well?
I do.
Oh, shit.
I have to see a trailer first before I'm 100% sure. But I'm telling you right now, I think, and this is just my opinion right now, based on what we've heard, I think this is going to be a story of one of those, it's a Venom for a new generation, and they're going to love it.
Shit.
They're going to eat it up like crazy.
If you look what they're doing in the comics, every comic is having a Venomized alternate cover, and they're putting Venom miniseries and storylines and flooding it the whole year. From now till then, they've been the Venomverse war stories, Venom, Edge of the Venomverse. They're going crazy.
If this movie does well, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be nonstop Venom stuff for the next 5 years. Look what they did
with Gwen. When Gwen took off, you had Gwenpool and all those others. It's going to be another one of those.
Well, no, now Gwen is merged with the Venom symbiote, supposedly, in the comics. In her universe, I guess, or it's going to be, or something. I don't know what the hell.
Watch, if that Venom show or if that Venom movie does well, he'll get a TV show. He'll get a cartoon.
He'll get a cartoon.
Whether it's Agent Venom or something else, he'll get a cartoon.
Shit. All right.
And here's the thing. Excuse me. This is the thing that worries me. I know that in the past, Venom has always kind of been like he's kind of a villain, but not really at times. I have a funny feeling that this movie is going to push him over the edge into a complete hero.
Jesus.
I'm telling you right now. Now, I don't know how he's going to be in the movie, but if he's the main character, I have a hard time believing that Sony's going to make a movie about the villain.
And Marvel's
being
going to
the
make
main
him
character.
totally hero in the comics, like
Because
beyond
why would, if you think about it like this, why would Carnage have to be in the movie if Venom was going to be the villain?
Because he's going to be the hero. Yeah.
There you go.
Lethal Protector.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
It's going to be weird. I'm telling you, it's going to be very weird.
Imagine. Oh, it's going to be like yeah. And back in the day, we had Maximum Carnage, we had Venom separation anxiety. Remember we had all that stuff? They're gonna flood it now. Flood it.
Oh God, they're gonna have a. You watch. They're gonna go. Here's an update. Or
well, the comics are already flooded.
Yeah.
Already, and then even more so.
They're gonna re-release them for.
They don't even need to. They're Spider-Man's being absorbed by a new Venom symbiote, whatever. There's like all these other symbiotes now and stuff. They're just going crazy.
I just want to know what Venom is going to look like in this movie, like, because I think that'll be our first real indication of where this is going.
They'll
to a point, you know what I'm saying?
Is it rated R?
Venom and that.
I don't think it's going to be rated R.
Yes, it is. It has to.
You want to know why I don't think?
PG-13.
I think they're gonna go off of the idea that, oh yeah, it's rated R. And then behind the scenes, somebody in the production company is going to go, if we make it rated R, we won't get all those kids and teenagers in the movie. Make
but
it PG-13.
Everybody loves Deadpool, though.
That's different.
I don't think so. Well, let me ask you. Do you think Sony has the same balls as Fox?
No.
There you go.
They're going to make it PG-13.
Don't even have a little.
If Fox was doing this, then I would agree. I'd be like, this is going to be rated R.
Right.
But I don't, and if Sony does it, hey, more power to them.
Hey.
But if they don't do it, it wouldn't surprise me.
PG-13 so they can grab all those, every teenager on up.
So it's going to be like, so there's not going to be any blood, there's not going to be any, like,
there might be
cursing.
blood on people's faces, but as far as anything like rip people apart in Deadpool, no.
I think they need to push the envelope every time Carnage is on screen.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I think they really need to go to the edge.
Anybody. He just kills anybody, whatever he wants.
Expression on their faces that he's done something really barbaric. Because if you just
they have a thing like he's walking in the street. If he doesn't like the person, he'll chop him up in so many pieces like cold cuts, and you don't even know what's happening. He doesn't care. It could be a nun, anybody. He's crazy.
I legitimately want to see if Cletus Cassidy is going to be anything like he was in the comics. I want to see a crime scene of his. And B, I want to see a scene of Carnage slashing somebody's throat, because this you have to make Carnage so unimaginably horrible that nobody can imagine him existing, just even in a fictional world.
That'll be one scene. They'll have that be one scene, and that will be their money shot for Carnage.
That would be like when the kid went to the gutter and it ripped his arm off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And ate him. That evil.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to be.
And watch him have the guy who plays.
He's going to kill like anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their goal for his first scene should be to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That should be their goal.
And they don't care who their hero is. You got to have a badass to take people out like that. That people will be screaming if he rips his lungs out, with body parts or whatever. Yeah. So this could change everything, this Venom movie.
Potentially.
Or it could make it where they never do movies again. With anything.
Well, I'll tell you what. And this is what scares me. If this Venom movie doesn't do well, we won't see Venom in a live-action movie for a long time.
Well, maybe that's a good thing, honestly, because they need to build up other things before they go to Venom.
Maybe also they're going to probably slowly back away from him in the comic books too.
In the cartoon, they throw him in there right away. I don't like it. They have no patience. They can't let it build up like it did in the comics. It's got to be right away Venom, right away. And it's not, to me, it's just relax a little bit. You got to you can't just throw him in there. He just became Spider-Man in the cartoon. You got to throw Venom in there already. It's like, wow.
Venom's a villain he has to fight after he has some experience as Spider-Man.
After he has experience.
Because then it has more, he, no pun intended, but he has more teeth because it's he's fighting an experienced Spider-Man, and he's still beating him. You know,
Right.
if he's fighting like, you know, Peter Parker right off of the spider bite, it's like, yeah, any villain could beat him at that point.
But you see that the biggest problem, the biggest thing is with that whole situation, because I've read like Venom's first appearances, everything. I've been there when he was created, everything. I have the comics. Is that this is the first time that he fought a villain that he didn't have spider sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Venom symbiote turned it off. And he did not know what direction he was going to swing him at, if he was going to leap from the top. It scared the living shit out of him. Not only did it scare the shit out of him, but it broke his wife's arm. Like, just not even a care in the world. That he was really scared. For the first time ever, Spider-Man was actually scared. Like, petrified. And he didn't know what to do. And it was freak effing luck that he found out that it was like the Sonics and everything, the thing that beat him. And after that, that's why when Ben Reilly, the clone, fought Venom, Venom could not turn off his spider sense because he never bonded with Ben Reilly. So Ben Reilly was kicking his ass. In fact, Ben Reilly took it a step further as a Scarlet Spider, and his inventions of the web ball that explode, he threw it in his mouth. He made it swallow it, and it blew up in its stomach. It broke the bond with Eddie Brock. That was like one of the defining things with Ben Reilly, that they were trying to say that he was the real Spider-Man because only he beat Venom. You know what I'm saying? They were doing that weird shit. And it was like, wow, if Spider-Man had his spider sense against Venom, he would kick his ass. So that was the whole thing, you know? And it was amazing seeing it in the comic when I did. But without the spider sense, he needs to do something to, you know, whatever. So it's luck that he beat him, you know? So that's my rant. I'm sorry. I get into these little comic book things sometimes.
That's our show, folks.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
See, there's a part of me that's actually really interested in what this Venom movie is going to do, because I think there is a chance that it actually could be really good. I mean, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
At this point, we don't know. You know, we could all be surprised. You know, we can come on here in October of next year and be like, holy shit, you know, that was really good.
What happened with Ghostbusters? We were both ripping to hell, and then we both saw it. It's like, this is not quite bad.
Well, Chris,
I know. Not Chris. Chris is like, he would rather.
No, it sucks. Yeah, no.
Rather see.
All right, so that's
take him out.
So that's Venom, and I'm sure there'll be sequels. Of course, if it takes off, there's gonna be Venom 2, 3, whatever, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is there any other news besides Venom, like in Justice League and all that other stuff? Any other comic book stuff?
I haven't seen anything really today, but
do we know if that Spider-Man deal is for 2 Spider-Man movies or 1 Spider-Man movie?
I think it goes up to I almost said Amazing Spider-Man 2, Homecoming 2. I think
so. Whatever it's going to be, right? It's going to be a second, but that's it.
Well, for now, yeah, I think so.
They may increase it depending on how well 2 does.
I think they will, because Homecoming did exceedingly well.
That's if Sony allows it.
Yeah. But they'd be stupid to stop it if it's doing well. You know what
Pascal
I'm saying?
said they weren't going to renew it. Remember that? So
yeah.
I thought she didn't have that much power anymore, but I guess she does.
Allegedly. I don't know what the structure at Sony is, to be honest with you. It's weird.
I think it changes all the friggin' time.
Whoever brings in the snacks is the head.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's it with the superhero stuff, I guess. Anything going on with the Force-sensitive things or no?
Well, see, I was kind of reluctant to bring this up because it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's not your fault. It's something we can talk about, but this is potentially like story-shattering stuff that we could talk about.
Oh.
And I don't know if you want to talk about it on here.
Why, we need a whole Zoom?
No, not necessarily. It's actually pretty quick, and I think most people probably know about it already.
And we got the time limit on there already. You see
That's
that
enough
crap?
time,
I don't
though.
see anything.
It's enough time? All right, go ahead. Go.
All right, so seriously, guys, major possible spoilers here. So stop watching now. I'm talking for like rest of the trilogy type stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so I think Adam Driver made a very big mistake.
Oh shit! I heard something.
And
what the fuck did he do?
He was talking in this interview.
Fucking dick.
And he was talking about, you know, Kylo Ren's character. He was like, you got this really interesting villain. I'm paraphrasing here. He was like, you got this really interesting villain. And then he said this.
Oh, fuck.
And then you have this princess who's hiding to keep her identity.
What?
Now,
wait, what?
He never says Rey.
Billy Lord.
A lot of people are implying that it's Rey, myself included, but we don't know if that's who he's talking about. Now, immediately when this came out, people were like, well, does that mean she's Leia's daughter? Again, that can't work because we have Bloodline, which is 5 years before 6 years before The Force Awakens, and she says flat out, I have one child. I have one son.
Could she lie?
I don't think so.
She could?
It's possible, but she didn't have another child with Han.
Oh, well, wow.
Okay. So, and even before that, she said, when Kylo Ren, or when Ben was, when she was still pregnant with Ben, she uses the Force to sense the child, and she says, I sense one child, and it's a boy. And she said she sensed the darkness about him, implying that he could potentially turn to the dark side. So here's my 2 cents into this.
Rose is the princess? No.
No.
Okay.
I think he is talking about Rey. However, and again, I could be completely wrong. Adam Driver could be trolling the hell out of all of us. That's a potential. It's possible. I think Rey's parents are royalty from another planet that was populated and controlled by the Empire during the original trilogy. And I think that when the Empire fell, her parents supported the First Order until either they had Rey or something happened, maybe Snoke took over, who knows, and they decided to hide Rey on Jakku for some reason. Whatever that reason is, we'll find out probably in 8.
Leia.
What was that?
Basically, what they did with Luke and Leia, they separated them.
Potentially something similar to that. So my reasoning for this is, in Bloodline, they explain that the origins of the First Order, along with it was the remnant of the Empire, but a lot of higher ups in the New Republic who didn't like the way the New Republic was being run, sympathized and decided to join this secret group called the First Order. So a lot of these higher ups were royalty from other planets. I'm thinking that there's a connection there.
But what was Rey's connection with Han and Leia?
She didn't have a connection with Han so much, as far as we know, but J.J. Abrams said that the reason Rey was drawn to Leia and Leia was drawn to Rey had to do with the fact that they're both very Force sensitive. Yeah,
but she knew how to fly the damn Millennium Falcon.
Right. Well, we know why she's a good pilot. It has nothing to do with the Force. In this is something that they should have explained in the movie, but in the expanded stuff that they're doing now, when Rey was a child, she always was on this flight simulator that she had from one of the crashed ships, and she was constantly working on ships to get food from Unkar Plot. So that's why she's so good as a pilot, and that's why she's so technologically savvy, because she's always working with this stuff. It was her only way to survive.
Okay.
So now I do think the Force has something to do with that as well. However, I don't think it's the main reason why she's good at these things. I think they threw that in there kind of as a way to be like, is she a reincarnation of Anakin? Maybe.
So Adam Driver's just screwing people.
I don't know. It's potentially possible.
So he says this princess.
Yes. That's what he said. Princess. He said that word exactly.
Okay, let me throw something at you. Okay? Could it be possible? I keep feeling this way. Could it be possible that Leia has a daughter that's not biological? That she has an adopted daughter that's a princess? And that, just like Bail Organa and them adopted her, she adopted a daughter, and that daughter is Billie Lourd.
Yes, but Billie Lourd doesn't have a big role in this next movie.
Okay, but maybe she's like at the end you find out that she's a princess.
But that would take away from Rey. Now we would have to focus on Billie Lourd.
And they see what I'm saying? That.
But so what? Like you have multiple things to focus on.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to.
They've got their focal points with Rey. And
The characters that this trilogy is zooming in on are Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, and Luke. Those four characters have to be at the central.
But somebody could instead of focusing on Luke, because what if Luke dies? Then they got to focus on someone else anyway.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
And basically, you're going to be answering this as pretty much every Star Wars fan.
Okay.
Who would you rather them focus on, Luke or
No, if Luke's alive, they're going to focus on him.
There you go.
But if he's not alive,
I don't think they're going to kill him off in this movie anymore.
He'll disappear and probably once again return for one of the latter trilogies, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not going to die, I don't think.
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to die.
He's a moneymaker right now. He's their cash cow.
He really is,
Classic, bring the new characters into the classics, just like C-3PO and R2.
So they're not going to kill him off and then just not even have... Well, they're not going to layer the next one, right?
Well,
can't.
Apparently with what Mark Hamill says, she's not going to die in 8, so... I think they're going to find a way to get her in there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
Either a voiceover on a radio or...
Well, wait a minute. She gave permission for Rogue One to do that thing. So if she gave permission already, they have permission to do whatever the hell they want.
But they said they don't want to do that.
But they have permission, though.
They have permission, but they said they don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Not to mention that was one of the things that a lot of people didn't like about Rogue One was, I don't know why, but...
I didn't have a problem with that.
I didn't either, but a lot of people were very sour on Tarkin and Leia being CG models, which I don't know. I don't know how else you do it. They're dead people, but
Yeah.
No, but at the time, she wasn't dead when the Rogue One thing was going on.
No. But what I'm saying is, Tarkin's dead.
Yeah, but she wasn't dead when that was...
But she couldn't play the part, though.
I know
She's
that.
way too old.
But that's why she gave permission. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I got to tell you, Tarkin looked a little funny. They still haven't gotten that down pat yet completely.
No,
I still love how they introduced him with the reflection.
He looked good, but he still kind of knew,
Well, the human eye is always going to be able to detect a CG model. You're never going to get around that. You know what I'm saying? But I think what they could do is potentially use some of the footage that they don't use in 8 and somehow cut it into 9 of her. And that's...
Well, they're probably going to show her from the back or the front, and then she's going to die. They're going to blow up the whole thing or something.
No, they don't want to do that because that'd be...
Why? How are you going to kill her off then?
I don't. I agree with Scott. I don't think they're going to kill her off. You know what I think is going to happen to her?
What?
If she survives, I think she's going to become the next Supreme Chancellor of the New Republic.
But then you're not gonna show her. You're just gonna be like, oh, that's what she did.
Like I said,
they'll show her from far away.
Look what they do with small soldiers.
So she'll appear at the end of 9, giving them the awards like they did in New Hope,
or something like that. Yeah,
we're at 1 minute.
That's what I think anyway.
Oh, that's what they'll probably do then. She'll give them awards or something or whatever they want.
But we got to wait and see. I'm just interested in seeing what Adam Driver meant. If
I gotta watch the interview now.
Royalty.
Yeah. All right, we got to start a new one, if anything. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.